Hello once again, folks. Love and light, my brothers and sisters. Come to you in peace and love. And may this video and other videos I've made bring you blessings, bring you some powerful gems, some things to pay attention. Like I said before, folks, I know a few things, experience a few things that could probably help you. It's helped me in my life. People have asked me, what's this all about? How I know so much, or what do I know, what do I believe in, about life, about death, about the afterlife. I've had so many different questions come at me pertaining to this, peace, and why so many can't sleep, and just so much sadness. And I'll start by saying this, that we see the world and we say, oh man, there's so much things going on in the world, so much things going on. You don't know where to start from to try to explain some of it that's happening. And it's collective. What I mean by collective, it's, think of all humans that exist on this planet. Think about their experiences, their journey, their challenges, their thoughts, their accomplishments, their sadness, their fears. Think of all that have existed. As if lived, died, lived, died, lived, died, lived, died. All of them. Now add that up to all the humans that exist now, the billions of people on this planet now. Do the math, add that up. Add up all their thoughts, all their feelings, all their experiences, all their fears, all their sadness. If you can, give me a number. Round it off. Now, let's just say if we can take all that and put it in a huge container. And we make that container like a ball. And it rotates on an axis. Greenhouse gas. You see where I'm going with this? That is our beautiful Earth, folks. Collectively. It didn't get made overnight. It didn't come to where it is now just because you were born. It's a collective network of all that has existed. So when you see the world through that view, it's wow. It's wow. Now, that's not the only view of the world. Just to let you know, that's not the only view of the world. That's a collective view of the world. If you look at it from all perspective. Now, there is an individual view of the world, which is yours. An individual view of the world that is yours. Stay with me now. When you turn on the television, when you read your newspaper, you're looking at a collective view of the world. When you're getting friends' opinion and they're voicing what happened to them, That's all part of that collective view. Your experiences, your thoughts, how you feel, how you react, that's yours. That's your view of your world. Your experiences, how you see the world, how you feel when you go outside, your interactions on your daily life. It's how you view the world, how you're experiencing the world. That can change. That can change. Okay? It takes work. It takes you to actually be a part of that, for that to come to light. It takes some time. Okay? How long it takes depend on how hard is your drive. How hard is your drive? How badly do you want it? Do you want it like you want? I heard this saying many years ago. You gotta want change like you want your last breath. Imagine you have one breath left, and that's it. You gotta want change like you want that next breath. So it takes some faith. It takes some guts. It takes some things you gotta overcome. Okay? Change is possible, but also change sits alone. So you gotta overcome fear. You gotta be brave. Because now you're going against the grain. You're going against what you believe you know. You're going against what you've been taught. You're going against the ordinary. So you definitely have some work to do. The work starts with you quietly being real to yourself and asking a fundamental question: who am I? Who am I really? Why do I exist? Why does life is the way life is? Why do I feel the way I feel? Is there more to life? Is there more than the ordinary? Where did I come from before I showed up? Is there a place that I lived before, existed before? What is this body? What is this heart feeling? These questions are great questions to start with. Ponder upon them one by one. And sit with it. Sit with the question for a second. And take the time to listen. Listen within you for the answer. Listen within you. And just being there, paying attention to these questions and asking these questions is enough to open up. Open you up. All the answers lies within you. These questions starts to open you up. where you can start to get somewhere. You could start to do some work. You could start to go in and really, really, really become your own detective. Become your own scientist, your own architect. So, yeah, going back to what we were saying about the world collectively, yes. When you start really digging and doing some deep work, deep work, you could get to a realization that your world that you exist is not the collective world that many speaks about. Stay with me, folks. Now, I'm talking about after you've done your work, after you reach a space of brilliance, you reach a space of light, peace, humility. What you see, what you experience can be beautiful, can be warm, can be compassionate. Because you've tapped into a layer of yourself that is what exists there. And now that shines forth into your world. So your part of the world can be so peaceful and so loving that you believe that it's, my world is not the collective world when I turn on the news, of what I read in the newspaper. Because that don't exist to me, that don't come to me. It's not in my experience, it's not in my everyday anymore. What has happened? They've been broken off. They've been a creative force within you that takes place. That dictates your world now, your experience now. That you experience more than the ordinary. Because you choose to go in and find that space within you and change it all. We all have that opportunity to change and coexist in a world that is beautiful, that is loving, that is kind, that is giving, is passionate about life, loves life, takes care of life, appreciates life. So, these are the fundamental that why you're here, to experience this and to learn this. Because it gets deeper down the rabbit hole. Life gets deeper. Life gets more sensitive, more interacting. Life becomes more mental. Life becomes more mental. So, I believe we're here coexisting to develop our mental mind, our creative space, to develop it, to learn about it, experience it. Because it's needed elsewhere. I choose to think of life as a continuous journey. And you learn one thing to be used on another part of that journey, and they add up to the greater part of you. So there's no lost. There's just building an army in your house to defend and represent you. So I'm going to leave you with that for now. Peace and love.